So Barbara, you contacted me about your dad, Frank Chamberlain. I was so touched by the phone call because your dad is one of the founding members of the Queensland Symphony Orchestra.
Dad and his family immigrated or migrated from England in 1912. Dad became an apprentice electrician, and also at the same time he embarked on his musical career of learning the violin. However, over the years, he changed, and his passion for the bassoon became evident, and he took up the bassoon and went to the conservatorium. In 1936, he obtained a position in Queensland, and at that stage it wasn't the Queensland Symphony Orchestra, I think it might have been the Brisbane Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah.
So he was one of the founding members as a bassoonist, and his sister Jessie Chamberlain was also one of the founding members, and she was an oboe player.
So you've got two newspaper articles here, one on Jessie Chamberlain, his sister, and then key players of the ABC Orchestra as principals of the bassoon section. So Carl, Samuel, Fred Morgan, Frank Chamberlain and W. Dearden Jackson. And what you showed me on the back of this article is there's also an article titled Hitler's Reich and Churchill's Britain, with a photo of Hitler and Churchill here. That's extraordinary.
Yes. And my dad tried three times to go to the war and so forth, and 3 times through the commission they were rejected because they were seen as a essential service. However, had things got worse, they reviewed it every 3 or 4 months, and had things changed regarding war and needing more people, they may have considered it. But at that time, they really knew that the orchestra was so important for the community. And which is wonderful.
Isn't it wonderful? How long was he in that QSO for?
It was for 36 years. Yeah. I think it was from 1936 to 1972 when he retired. Yeah. He used to get on the tram at 5:30 or 6 o'clock and on their old rattling tram and go into the city, and then the concerts would be in the City Hall, and he would do the performance at the City Hall, and then it would just finish in time for him to catch the last train home. And he'd always have his bow tie and the white shirt and the suit and everything, or he'd be very, looking very spiffy and very good. The orchestra used to have their rehearsal rooms up in Elizabeth Street.
Yeah,
sometimes
that's right.
I'd go and meet him after. The other people, other members, he was quite close to a number of other members within the orchestra, and again they were also, very friendly and welcoming as well. And again, particularly when they went on their trips to the northern trip, that was a great time because Dad would be away for 3 weeks. And
away from Mum.
That is a long time to be on
3 weeks.
And you could be up to mischief if she would.
Yeah, that's right. But also I think, we'd go and say bye-bye at Roma Street Station.
Yeah, Roma Street.
And Dad would have everything all packed. The deal was if Dad goes away on tour, he brings us back a coconut from Cairns.
Yes.
So that was very special.
Is that your dad in there?
Yeah, that's my dad.
That's your dad there in his pyjamas, sitting on the train tracks.
With the goats.
With the goats.
3 goats.
Yeah. These goats give the milk supply for the township. I think this photo you said was in Townsville.
Yeah, that's the old days in Townsville when it was pretty, Then
is that Cairns?
That's in Cairns. And Yorkeys Knob, quite often that was their destination.
Yep.
One other things Dad used to love, going to the prom concerts, because they were the big thing. And they were in City Hall.
Yes.
And also the Sunday concerts, and they were the free concerts.
Yeah.
And that gave people an opportunity to actually go to concerts
Sunday afternoon
if you couldn't afford it.
Botanical Gardens.
And you're referring to this photo here?
Yes, that's a photo.
This is an amazing photo. Yeah. You've got ABC scratched on the back of the chairs.
Yes.
Those horrible chairs, they look really uncomfortable.
Oh, yes.
So we used to, up at the backyard, grow the cane, and then he'd chop it down and dry it out, and then he would make these little gems, these little reeds.
I just can't believe that.
He'd file them down, and he'd be blowing into them to see that it was the right pitch or whatever.
Just like you were doing.
Yeah. That's extraordinary. That really would have taken, that is very laborious.
Because he had a little Hare Krishna bell that used to hang from the roof.
Yeah.
And then if it was right, he would go, ding.
Really?
He was really unique, I tell you. A musician, for sure.
When I was going through all of this memorabilia, I came across the citizen reception for Majesty the Queen in 1954 when she came and visited the exhibition grounds. And, you know, again, we have lots of footage, I think, of her waving to the crowd in the exhibition, but also the orchestra gave a performance as well. So
amazing.
Dad, plus a group of them, were founding members, I suppose, of the Musicians' Union. The pittance, as he used to say originally, that musicians got paid, and that quite often people always expected them to play for nothing. Not appreciating the depth and the time that has gone into master their skill. It was really about the remuneration, and it was really about conditions and that appreciation of what they do contribute to society.
Yeah. All of these articles and photographs are so valuable.
It doesn't really belong to us. I mean, we're just one part of it because of our dad connection, but it is a story about, you know, how
it began.
The orchestra has evolved and where it is today, and doing all of the wonderful concerts. It's just fantastic, you know, and it has grown, and that's what's special, I think, you know, seeing that progress.
Yeah, that's right. Some things are the same.
Some things
are very different.
Yeah, that's right. But the music is still there. You know, that's the important thing, and that people are enjoying it. And I suppose it's being able to get to more people nowadays because of, you know, all the different mediums that it can, but also just the professionalism and the richness, you know, that the orchestra produces, you know, in its music.